You know, he's just an affectionate guy.
This is not his dinner.
And we are an impeachment candidate.
Something very ugly at the heart of Trump.
Outrage over this now viral video showing high school teenagers harassing a Native American elder.
The Native American man who was beating the drum, Nathan Phillips, and those kids in the Make America Great Again hats that were kind of smirking at him and kind of looking down their noses at him.
As one smirking high school student blocks the elder's path.
The video appears to show dozens of youths wearing Make America Great Again hats, mocking Native American elder and Vietnam veteran Nathan Phillips.
A veteran, a Native American man, was, had a standoff with students who were, mocking him.
We feel that President Trump is giving license to some of this behavior.
Empire star Jussie Smollett was the victim of a vicious, racist, and homophobic attack.
His attackers hurled racial and homophobic slurs.
not only homophobia, we're talking about racism, we're talking about hate with steroids.
They are looking for two suspects who were apparently wearing Make America Great Again hats.
The offenders uttered, "This is MAGA country."
This is stomach-turning, mind-boggling information.
Oh, this is a horrible story.
Yeah.
Horrendous and unacceptable.
And this is America in 2019.
He is going to be delivering what I think are going to be his indictments, the final indictments.
This is suborning perjury. I think there's no question it's an impeachable offense.
And at that point, we are in high crimes and misdemeanor, and we are in impeachment territory.
Right. The spirit of what Trump did is clearly treasonous.
There's outright treason.
I think he's feeling the noose around his neck.
The noose is tightening.
He feels the noose is tightening.
The noose is tightening.
People might go to jail
You're exactly right.
for the rest of their lives.
I think they're all going to jail.
Well, I think they're all going to end up together in prison, and maybe that's a good thing.
Oh, my God.
He has no idea that he's going down.
I don't want to dwell on the president. This is not his dinner, it is ours. And it should stay ours. I still separate my career into the period before February of 2017 and what came afterwards. And that's because February 2017 is when the President of the United States called us the enemies of the people. A few days later, I was driving my then 11-year-old son somewhere, probably soccer practice, when he burst into tears and asked me, "Is Donald Trump going to put you in prison?"
He's very affectionate. I find oddly affectionate. He kisses people on the mouth. He shouldn't. He's always touching people's shoulders.
I've seen him rub the shoulders of women and men.
Joe Biden calls them expressions of affection.
He is an affectionate, old-school politician.
He's a really nice, generous, funny, connecting guy.
Uncle Joe, as we affectionately call him,
He's a very affectionate, very likable person.
he's just an affectionate guy.
I've known Joe Biden a long time, as have many others, and have always found him a very emotional man who is very, very affectionate.
He's touchy-feely. He's been doing it his entire life in an affectionate way.
I think the next time I see Joe Biden, if he doesn't hug me and give me a kiss and hold my hand, that's not the Joe Biden I knew. He's a nice guy. He's not a predator. And this is ridiculous.
There's a group of anti-fascists called the Black Bloc, which do tend to get violent. Their idea is, look, nonviolence hasn't worked, and we are going to try to stop this.
It says it right in the name, Antifa, anti-fascism, which is what they were there fighting. Listen, there's, no organization is perfect. There was some violence.
They've taken a principled stand to stand against white supremacists and white nationalists wherever they may show up.
When you go to cancer treatment, the radiation is tough treatment, but it is meant to remove the cancer.
They wouldn't have been anywhere near there had it not been for the fact that white supremacists, neo-Nazis, were out scaring the living daylights out of most of the people in that town.
Thuggishness is thuggishness wherever it comes from politically, and we should be the first to call it out.
I disagree.
Well, some in the media are celebrating the 50th anniversary of the moon landing by bashing America.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Actually, allow me to correct you. I happen to be an expert on this subject.
Don't fucking insult me like that.
I didn't insult you.
The fuck you call me Fredo? It's like I call you punk bitch. You like that?
What? What are you gonna do about it?
I'll fucking ruin your shit.
Then.
I'll fucking throw you down these stairs like a fucking punk.
Please do.
Why? So you can fucking sue?
You don't
So you can fucking sue?
Well, why don't you do it?
Go
then?
take a swing. You want to call me Fredo? Take a fucking swing.
I'm not gonna swing
Take
at
a fucking
you.
swing. Watch your fucking hands.
So
you want to call me shit? Call me shit then.
Hey, listen, man.
I'm right fucking
not
here.
doing anything.
I'll fucking wreck your shit.
Climate activist Greta Thunberg arrives in New York today with her campaign to save the planet.
Go, Greta, go.
I'm sorry, my brain is not working correctly.
We have activists like Greta Thunberg. The youngest person on the list, 16-year-old Greta Thunberg.
Like 16-year-old Greta Thunberg.
I am so smitten with this little girl.
She's elevated the issue, I'd say, more than most.
Some are calling it the Greta Thunberg effect.
You could call it the Greta effect.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
And so committed at such a young age.
Thunberg became the unlikely leader of a global youth movement who call her the voice of the planet.
How dare you!
And let them have.
So this insanely disturbing fake video was shown at a conference of you-know-who supporters.
It's about so much more than a single video. It's about a president and his supporters who are sowing seeds of hate and division.
There's something very ugly at the heart of Trumpism, and we saw that id in this video.
It's vile. It's horrific.
Some of his supporters would think this might even be somehow funny.
There are real people's bodies and lives on the line.
How easy for all of you judging me that I'm offended and upset by the video. You try doing this when some member of your family is continued to have this happen over and over and over again.
I've had the story for 3 years. I've had this interview with Virginia Roberts. We would not put it on the air. First of all, I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? No one knows who that is. This is a stupid story. She told me everything. She had pictures. She had everything. She was in hiding for 12 years. We convinced her to come out. We convinced her to talk to us. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton, we had everything. Now it's all coming out, and it's like these new revelations, and I freaking had all of it. Every day I get more and more pissed. What we had was unreal. There will come a day when we will realize Jeffrey Epstein was the most prolific pedophile this country has ever known.
Parts of the now infamous dossier on Trump have proven to be true.
Your intel community has corroborated all of the details in there.
When the president just refers to it as fake dossier, that is false.
I don't think that is the accurate characterization.
Investigators have corroborated part of the dossier. We do know that parts of it have been corroborated.
It's not been corroborated, but it hasn't been disproven.
No major thing from the dossier has been conclusively disproven.
To date, none of it has been disproven, and whole big parts of it are holding up.
The dossier holds up well.
It's a fact that none of it, not one word, has been disproven. In fact, a lot of it turned out to be right on the money.
The FBI would not have just taken a dossier to the FISA court and used that as their predicate for the surveillance. They had to corroborate it themselves. That's how they operate.
Obviously.